We're very pleased to be joined right now by Thomas Riccio, who you saw just came off of the witness stand, began his testimony yesterday, completed it today, also with his attorney, Stan Lieber. And gentlemen, thank you so much for spending some time with us. We appreciate it. And Mr. Riccio, let me start with you, if I might here. I think the people who have watched and listened to your testimony, I think, and I was certainly struck by you seem to be just trying to tell the truth up there. Tell people exactly what happened without falling down on one side or the other. So my first question to you is this. When you were inside of that hotel room, at what point in time did you say to yourself, wait a minute, this might be a problem right now?
Again, like I testified, when the gun came out, I knew there was no turning back. There was a terrible incident that no one can go back from at that point, and that wasn't in the plans, and somehow it popped up, and that was the point of no return, if you will.
Let me ask you some of the details. This has to do with your testimony, and just so some of our viewers might not have seen all of it from yesterday into today. First of all, how would you characterize your relationship with O.J. Simpson back this past September?
O.J. I've done business deals with. He's been nothing but, fair and kind to me and my partners, and it's just a business relationship. It's not like we're close buddies. And the one other thing I'll comment on, other than the book, is that, like I said, and like you said, I wasn't there really testifying for one side or the other. I was just there to testify to the truth. And whether that helped or hurt either side, I wasn't testifying for O.J. or against him. And I'm glad that you saw it that way also. If you have any other questions, Stan is supposed to answer them at this point, other than if you have a question about the book.
Well, let me just ask you a couple, and if Stan feels that he needs to step in to answer that, I'd be delighted, and then I will have a couple of questions for Stan also. But again, how would you characterize what you thought was going to be taking place inside of that hotel room the moment that you walked into the room? What did you think it was going to be?
Well, it's interesting you asked that. There's a book coming out called Why I Did It, and it's going to say everything about that in there. It's by Phoenix Books. It's coming out in a couple of months actually, and it's going to say everything. It's going to go into all the details.
Let me step in for a second,
all basically.
Mr. Riccio, because when you say a book coming out, is this a book that's written by you, or by somebody with you?
I do have assistance with it. It's called Why I Did It. It's and it's coming out Phoenix Books in a couple of months, and it's going to go into all the details of everything about this and everything about the memorabilia business. And I'm looking forward to that coming out. It's going to explain everything.
And our hope is when it does come out, we'll be able to talk with you some more, certainly about the book and the contents. But it brings up an interesting point. As you know, inside of the courtroom, or you may well know, I'm not sure if you saw any of this or anybody told you about it, but some of the questions posed to Bruce Fromong had to do with whether he was attempting to in some fashion, make money off of this episode. And I imagine that if this case is in fact sent up for trial, and if it does indeed go to trial, and you testify, and I suspect you would, that one of the first questions that somebody would ask you here is this your attempt to make some money off this episode? And do you think that that's all inappropriate? What's your answer to that?
I would like this last comment, and then you'll talk to Stan about other things. I don't begrudge Bruce's right to opportunities to make money. This is not something he signed up for. It happened. It wasn't something that I even signed up for would actually happen. And we're both business people. And if people are interested in it and there's opportunities to make money, all the more power to Bruce. And I certainly would take every opportunity I could. And if he wants to do that, that's up to him. How do you feel about it, Stan?
Stan, I will ask Stan a question here about that. Stan, you're a lawyer. You know how the system works. As we said in the very beginning, Mr. Riccio and any number of people had commented that he seemed to be just trying to honestly answer questions in the course of this. But as his lawyer, as you know, if in fact he testifies, if indeed there is a trial and there's a book coming out, somebody's going to ask him that question. Doesn't it look like you're just out here trying to make some money off of this deal, right? What will the answer be?
I'm giving back to God. Well, yeah, as a defense attorney, defense attorneys try to deflect from their clients and point the finger at victims and witnesses. It happens all the time. Try to point some ulterior motive out there. I'm not worried about that. He's testified truthfully. The tape is what it is. The tape sets forth what occurred. Those are the interesting events that occurred. And he's made some money with it. Sure, we sold the TMZ, the tape to TMZ, and he signed a book deal. So that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If they want to make some point that he's trying to make money out of it, that's fine. I don't object to that. He is trying to make some money out of it. But what occurred in the room is what occurred in the room, and it's on tape. So that's what the focus should be on.
Hey, gentlemen, I want to thank you for spending some time with us. I know you just got off of the witness stand, and you have things to do, and they're in the midst of some live testimony. So, again, Stan Lieber, the attorney, and Thomas Riccio. Mr. Riccio, thanks again. And my hope is, as we said, we can talk with you again a little bit farther down the road and get some more of those details when that book comes out. All right? You all take care.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.